Hello, and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Chris Nur, Chief Digital Officer of Synity, a world leader in enterprise data software, and we're partnering with CDO Magazine, MIT CDO IQ, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers to bring you this series of interviews with thought leaders in data and analytics. Today, I have the great pleasure of talking with Mark Marszalek, Head of Data Governance at Farmers Insurance. Welcome, Mark. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Chris.
Mark, if we jump right in, you were with Nationwide Insurance for a number of years in a variety of leadership roles. And one of the things that's always interesting to me is you started on the business side and over time moved into the data space. You recently joined Farmers as head of data governance. Congratulations. Can you share a bit about the Farmers Insurance organization and your brief in the organization? As chief of data governance, are you driving growth, efficiency, risk, regulatory management? Are you internally focused, market focused? Kind of give us a sense of your vision for the organization.
Absolutely. And I've obviously joined Farmers Insurance. I've only been here about 7 months. Once again, my experience and my background, I'm from the financial services industry, as you've seen with my Nationwide experience. Farmers is another one of those world-class financial services providers that's primarily focused on P&C insurance across the United States. Wonderful company, great culture, really looking to expand their data and analytic capabilities. And as they are looking to build that out, that's when they look to bring in a head of data governance. And I know you called out a lot. You called out growth. You called out efficiency, risk, regulatory, internal market focused. The short answer is yes. As we look forward and we're trying to move our program and advance our cause within the Farmers organization, we're trying to hit on all of those areas. And I know as we go through our conversation, I'll get into a little more detail as to why, but where I usually start is I've got to start bringing business value to the organization. And that's where the growth comes into play. That comes the market focus. As I can get more and more value added to the organization through the governance practices that we're looking to implement, that's where I'll start to get the traction and interest for moving the program forward and really create that enterprise scale that they're looking for. So yeah, covering them all, and it's exciting, exciting and challenging.
I love that answer, and I realize there are a lot of dimensions to that, but it's sort of in talking to chief data officers in general, what I find is that is the answer. You're sort of mixing all of these things together, and I like your perspective that how you get energy behind these programs and kind of build a data culture is by showing real business value. That it's about financial results and it's about improving differentiation and improving your end customer's experience.
I couldn't agree with you more. And where I'm coming from, that's the way you get that traction. You're going to be in a lot of instances asking work of individuals, both in the business and the IT organization, that's over and above existing tasks. If I can link that back to some sort of value proposition, then I know I've got the hook. I can take my mission forward with them as a partner because they see that end value state that we're looking to enable going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned the business IT thing. Let's talk about that. Are you reporting up into the business, into IT? One of the things that I found fascinating about data is it's kind of a hybrid discipline. So it neither works without business sponsorship, nor does it work without information technology sponsorship. So how does that work in Farmers?
So right now I do report up through the IT organization and our chief data officer. What I will say, while I report up into the IT organization, my accountabilities and my responsibilities cover both business and IT. Like you hit the nail right on the head, Chris, earlier. I can't do the work I need to do without having business on board, as well as IT contributing their resources. So it truly is a balancing act to make sure I got the partnership, I'm clear on what I need from both areas, and I got to keep the relationships fresh and alive for both of those areas so that I can achieve my overall my overall target going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I've found is that that's another one where the answer is yes. So, some report into the business, some report into IT, some have, different reporting arrangement, but I think universally everyone's very focused on this, kind of hybrid, and that data governance and chief data officers are in an orchestration role, kind of bringing different stakeholders together to drive the business and really take advantage of that idea of data as an asset.
Well, and that's what makes these types of roles exciting. Because you're not really focused in one specific area. There's one day I could be talking to executive sponsors, I could be talking to data stewards. There's a next day I could be talking to IT executives. To be able to stay on top of all of those elements and stay current and relevant with all that content and all that detail that's needed in order to translate that into the work that we're doing, in my case for data governance. It's fun. It keeps it exciting. It's fresh, and it's something that I know I will not be successful if I focus on one area over another. And I love the part we get to play in both spaces, because it shows the value we can bring to the table for all those areas.